Oh my gosh, you guys, working with Laura Mears porcelains has got to be one of my favorite things to do. This little mamba skull, obviously no different. They just make me so excited. And I wanted this piece to be really cohesive. It has the mamba skull in the little, or the mamba snake inside the little porcelain skull. And so for the band, I did a triple split with the center part being a snake skin texture. And here I'm making sure that my bezel fits right around that little skull, right around the jaw, all the things to make sure that it's just perfectly fit so that it snaps in really tight. Of course, the back of my back plate was also a snake skin texture, which is really cool. I wanted everything about this one to just be super perfect because it's just fun to do. And so the whole process is just fun. It always takes longer when I'm doing videos, which is okay because seeing the process of how something is done is really, it's enthralling, right? You can get really lost in watching something be created, and so I love doing it. I love soldering. I love all the parts. It's fun it's just fun for me to be creative. It's dirty and it's gross, but boy do I love it. Have to be super careful because this little serrated bezel, it's delicate, it melts really easy, so I have to be pretty careful when I'm doing that. This is my triple split band. So I've soldered it together, all three of the pieces, and I try to make sure that the ends, don't always solder together. Sometimes I have to go in and saw there to open them, and then I'm kind of spreading them apart so that I can make sure that they're even. I've gone in with some sandpaper and sanded inside the edges, and then I'll finish shaping it on the mandrel to make sure that I've got it the size that I want. All the little things. Please follow me, follow along on my journey. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel. And if there's things that you want to see, reach out to me. I always love to know what it is what you're looking for. What kind of things are fun for you to see, what aren't. I love getting videos cutting stones open. I always say this every time, but it's so freaking true. I wish sawing went that fast. The back plate on this one was really thick. I think it was an 18 gauge back plate, but I wanted to protect the porcelain on the ring in case it got bumped, that it was nice and heavy at the bottom. And then I'm kind of going in with my little sanding disc and evening out my saw marks there along the edges. I can pretty often get close to being where I want, so I'm not having to take off too much after I've sawed. And then here I'm putting the ring shank onto the back plate, soldering it there, make sure that it's even. That whole measure twice, cut once, it's kind of the same when you're soldering. Make sure that you're going to be even, make sure that it's in the center. And I love these bands. These bands I've been doing for a long time. I love doing a triple split because it's substantial, especially on a big stone, because there's 3 points of solder contact on each side of the stone, so 6 total. And this is liver of sulfur that I use to do patina, and I got one of those little paintbrush pens, which is nice because then I'm not having to mix it up all the time or whatever. So I just store it in the little pen and it's perfect. And patina always makes the patterning look so cool. Not everybody likes a patina. I love patina in my pieces because I use a lot of texture. I use a lot of little extra things, and the patina just makes it look really good. I mean, look at that snakeskin band. So cool. And it goes so well with this little skull. Because it has the mamba snake in it, and I love it. And these little pads, These little pads are amazing. These little pads are great at taking off some of that patina and polishing up the silver. I love them. I go through them a crap ton. And again, if anybody ever wants to know what I use, reach out, leave me a message. I'm happy to share links with some of these things with you. I am going to start consistently doing lives every other Thursday, where I'm offering up unique pieces for, you know, those people who come to the lives. It'll be the first opportunity to get things. I'm going to do collections where you can come in and pick out stones that I've laid out in these collections, and I can do a ring or a pendant in your size, and I think that'll be really fun. But I'll be able to offer a lot of unique things very first to people on my YouTube channel. So subscribe to my channel, follow along on my journey. I love having you here. I really want to create a fun community that teaches and entertains, and it's just fun. Never judge my fingers though. I look at these videos and I'm like, oh my gosh, my hands, I have the most beat up, ugly fingernails. I need to maybe invest in going to get a manicure every now and then, except it would look like garbage, I think, the second I got it, came home and started working again. So my bezel, again, tight. It's tight. I want that little skull to snap down in there just perfectly so that it fits super snug and it doesn't have a lot of wiggle room. See how tight that fits down in there? So now all I have to do is push it and secure it around the girdle of this little cabochon so that it holds it in tight. And I don't like a sloppy fit. I like my bezel to be really snug so that there's not a lot of wiggle room in there. And then I got my trusty toothbrush. If you're a silversmith and you don't have a trusty toothbrush, and what is your trusty tool? What do you use? What's one of your go-to things that you pull out when you're doing certain things? I use this toothbrush on my porcelains almost always. I use it with opals. I try to find little things, you know, the whole work smarter, not harder. For the first while, I think that I just was on full retard mode and I worked so much harder than smarter. And along the way, I just kind of found little tricks. Other people shared ideas and tricks with me that worked, and I found little things that just for me worked really well. Look how gross that toothbrush is at the other end. It's dirty. It's a good thing I don't use it on my teeth. That's disgusting. But anyway, almost done here. Finishing up getting that bezel pushed around there, and I'll burnish it a little bit, make it bright and shiny. These little pieces though are the best. I'm so grateful that I get to purchase Laura Mears little porcelains and be able to set them. And this ring, it has been spoken for. So look at it, so freaking cute. Look at that. Love, love, love. Holy cow. Love the back, the texture, everything about it is just perfection. Well, my fingers aren't, but the ring is. Look at it. Yay. Yay, yay.